wabarakatuh. So once again, I am on live today on Sunday. Alhamdulillah. Today is the third day of Zulhijjah. And Alhamdulillah, I am here to share with you a beautiful recipe, but also I'm going to share with you about the virtues of Zulhijjah as mothers, as aspiring mothers, as women of Islam. So stick around until the end, and I'm going to share with you the virtues of the first 10 days of Zulhijjah and what you can do to maximize the good and the blessing, the actual huge blessing in this beautiful 10 days of Zulhijjah. So today's recipe is an easy one, but we're going to bake, okay? So it is protein packed chocolate banana loaf. It is going to be a loaf. I'm going to share with you a quick preview of what I'm going to use, all the ingredients right here. So I have this recipe beautifully organized, but this beautiful recipe is something that I make and it's something that my family love, and I have also shared it one or two times to other women who love it. So it is basically banana and a mix of a whole bunch of protein, high protein ingredients that we're going to use to make this recipe. So before I take any more of your time, I'm going to turn on the oven so that I will preheat it. By the time I finish mixing everything, the oven is ready. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I know it is hot. Okay, I know this is summer. Sometimes it's hard to bake or to cook in the hot heat summer months, but if you make some stuff like this and you put it in the freezer, it is such a game changer. You don't need to cook and make it every day. You make it in a big loaf pan and you freeze it or you refrigerate it and you use it every other time that you need a pick me up snack, or that you need something for breakfast that is high in protein, that is going to sustain you and balance your blood sugar, especially those women who are now entering in their second trimester. This is the time that the baby is really growing. This is the time that you really need to replenish all the nutrients that you might have lost or you might have not been taking before your pregnancy and in your first trimester. Your first trimester might have been a hard period. You've not been eating the way you wanted to eat. You thought that you're going to eat all the healthy stuff, do all the amazing things for the growth of the baby and for your nutrient repletion as well, but you weren't able to do that. So stick around. This is as easy as that. A whole bunch of nutrients in it and the protein that's going to help with the growth spurt of your baby, as well as for you, for your stretching body, and also to be used for childbirth and also your postpartum, inshallah. So the recipe this is the recipe, okay? This is the ingredients that I'm going to use. I'm going to first mix the wet ingredients and then the dry ingredients. So I have banana here. Banana is very ripe, okay? It's such a very ripe banana. So you want a very ripe banana because you have a lot of sweetness in it, okay? But not too much ripe to the extent that it is really melting and disintegrating. Okay, so I have 1.5 cup of almond flour. Okay, almond flour is high in protein, and that's why I love it. and it's really gluten free. So if you are looking for something that doesn't have gluten, or you're trying to eat less gluten, almond flour is such a good option. And I have rolled oat. Rolled oat is also based on where you get it and based on the type, the brand, I should say. Rolled oat is classified as also a gluten-free food. Okay, so this is it. I have 1 cup of rolled oat here, and I have 3 eggs. Okay, 3 eggs. Eggs is amazing. It has high protein. Oats also have protein, and it's also supportive for breast milk. Okay, and then eggs are amazing protein foods. Okay, they are amazing protein foods. They one egg like this is large. One large egg is about 7 grams of protein, and that's huge. So when you eat 3 of this is the amount that you would need, the ideal amount that you need for breakfast. So this is 7 plus 7 plus 7, that's 21. So 21 grams of protein for breakfast is really good. It's very, very promising. Even though you might need maybe 30 grams of protein per meal for the day, when you eat 3 eggs and then you top it up with something else, that is amazing. So adding 3 eggs in this is good. And also on top of it, eggs is not only high in protein, eggs is very rich in choline, especially in the yolk. The yolk has a lot of choline. Choline is really the key nutrient that the baby uses for the brain development. So choline is amazing. And if you are not eating food that has choline in it, please start eating, especially in your 2nd trimester, going to your 3rd trimester, and you need it even after, because your baby needs it if you want to nurse the baby. Okay, so and then I'm going to also use baking powder over here. 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup of chocolate chips. This is unsweetened. Okay, and then I have semi-sweet 1/2 cup of chocolate chunks, and I have a pinch of salt, less than a teaspoon of salt, and I have maple syrup right here. I'm going to use 1/4 cup or less, and then I have some melted butter. Okay, you can also use coconut oil. So coconut oil, if it is in your refrigerator, you melt it and you use it. But this is melted butter, because butter is also such an amazing food when you are in your childbearing age and also pregnant. And healthy fat is an amazing food that you can also introduce. You have to introduce it in your nutrition regimen when you are pregnant or trying to be pregnant. So butter is such a beautiful thing. If you are lactose intolerant, butter might not work very good for you. You can opt in for clarified butter, and that is also called ghee. So ghee is butter that has been slowly cooked in a way that all the lactose has evaporated, has separated from the actual oils of the batter. Okay, so if you don't know what ghee is, I'm going to link it down in the description box. You can check the link after I am done with this video, and then check it out. If you're interested, you can get it. Okay, all right, so to get started, oh, and also I have my collagen powder. Okay, collagen peptides over here. If you are interested to even up the protein in this recipe, adding collagen powder or collagen peptide is a good idea because it's going to add a lot of glycine and also a lot of protein in it. Glycine is essential, it's an essential nutrient that our body needs when you're pregnant, when you are nursing your baby, even after pregnancy and after birth, you are planning to be pregnant in the future. You need a whole bunch of amino acids, and one of the amino acids is glycine that you need for your body. All right, so I think our oven is preheated, so let's quickly mix everything and then move on to what we need to do. So I'm going to puree the banana. Okay, I will just mash it. I'm not going to use a special tool to do that. I'm going to only use a spoon or a ladle. Okay, or a fork. So I can easily use a fork to do that, or I can use this. Okay, so mash it and puree it and make it into puree, and that makes it a wet ingredient. Okay, so if you want a lot of chunks, you can just mash it halfway. If you don't want a lot of chunks of banana in your loaf, continue to puree it until it is like really smooth. I threw away my whisk just yesterday when I was making cake with my girls, because one of the thongs, is it the thongs or something like that, that comes together to make the whisk, has like separated, it has come out. So just for them to be safe, I threw it away. And today I need it, but I couldn't go to the market. So this is my puree banana. Okay, and I am going to, I'm now going to add my egg. Okay, this is gonna be a little long video, but for the end result is going to be yummy. So stick around with me. I have some eggshells in here. Okay, so I think I might need the fork to whisk it. Okay, mix it up. So this is as easy as that. It might look like it's taking a lot of time to do this stuff, but for real, if you are doing it in your kitchen that you are comfortable in, and you have all your ingredients ready, the mixing should take about 7 to 10 minutes for real. So I'm going to add my butter. Okay, so the butter is melted. I'm going to add it in. Oh, I added everything all at once. All right, so now I'm going to mix it as well. Not too much mixing. This is not cake, so just a little bit of mixing should be good. And then I'll add my maple syrup because the banana is sweet. I don't want to add a lot of sweetness to this, so just a little bit of maple syrup, just to, because I'm going to use less than what the recipe calls for. The recipe calls for quarter cup, so I use a little less than quarter cup. This is like 1/3 cup, so I use a little less than quarter cup. Shouldn't be too sweet. I might add some more, maybe. Let me add more because maple syrup is technically not as sweet as as honey. So okay, good. So I added that. A little bit of sweetness doesn't cause anything. Too much of it might make your blood sugar go up. But since we have all the ingredients high in protein, that should suffice. So I'm going to add my almond flour, at the same time adding my rolled oat and mixing it up. Okay. Yeah, I think I might need a little bit of almond flour. Okay, so this is 1 cup, and I'm going to add 1 more cup. I said 2 cups. So I'll go ahead and add my baking soda and then baking powder and then my cinnamon and then my salt. Mix all together. Working with almond flour is really forgiving because almond flour absorbs a lot of liquid. Okay, so when you leave this to set, it's gonna absorb all the liquid in here. It's gonna like really be thick, but because we are going to do it as quick as possible, I'm going to add a little bit of the almond flour, and I'll be right back with my almond flour. Give me a few minutes. I'm going to add 1 cup more because I'm supposed to measure 2 cups. Okay. Just to keep this place tidy. Okay, good. All right, so I'm going ahead to add the almond flour, 1 more cup of almond flour. And then mix it. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and fold in the chocolate chips. So because almond flour again absorbs a lot of liquid, and you might just use half of what the recipe calls for, and then leave this recipe to absorb the liquid if you want. Okay, all right, so just push this aside, and I have my butter over here. Because I put it on the oven, it is too melted, so I'm going to coat my pan. I don't have parchment paper. I would have used parchment paper, and that would have been so easy. So when this bakes, it's gonna be like, just take it off and the pan is clean, not too much of a cleaning. Okay, so I have coated my pan like so, and I'm going to add my batter in. Okay, and I'll add the chocolate chunks in. I didn't add the collagen powder, but I mentioned it. Why? Because I just didn't add it. But if you add it, it's not gonna mess up the recipe. Okay, it's only going to add in the protein. It's only going to add a lot of protein in this thing, make it more protein focused and protein rich. Okay, it's gonna be yummy, but I think my almond flour is a lot in here. Yeah, too much measurement or something. So let's see what happens. Sometimes going live is hard. Yeah, but it is what it is. I love to come on live because it boosts a lot of my confidence. I don't need to script. I don't need to do anything special. I just come and be myself. All right, so this is the loaf going into the oven. All right, I have the oven already preheated, so I'm going to open the oven and then show it to you. So this is the oven. It's already preheated, and I'm going to put this in. Okay, so I put this in right here, and I'm going to bake it for about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, so leave it on for about 20 to 30 minutes, And whilst we wait for the loaf to be ready, I'm going ahead to tell you a little bit about the virtues of Zulhijjah, like I said earlier in the video when I started. So we are in the first. We are in the first 10 days of Zulhijjah. And Zulhijjah is the 9th month of, no. So we are in the last 10 days of Zulhijjah, right? The first, why do I keep mixing myself? All right. So we are in the first 10 days of Zulhijjah. And as we know, Zulhijjah is the month that Allah has made one of the 5 pillars of Islam to be established in. So we have 5 pillars of Islam. We have Shahada, we have Salat, we have Som, we have Zakat, we have Hajj al-Bayt al-Haram. So Shahada is the testimony that Allah is one and there is no other God but Allah. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is his messenger. And then we have Salat. Salat is one of the biggest pillars of Islam. Without Salat, we are not Muslims, right? So Salat is one of the pillars that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam actually traveled. Isra wal Miraj actually traveled from this dunya to go and get this Salat for us. Okay, to get Salat for us. So that's very important. If you don't pray Salat and you are not establishing your 5 daily prayers, that is an issue, very big issue, because that is a big journey. That Prophet ﷺ was in his bed and he was waking up by Angel Jibril to wake up. Wake up, we have a journey to go to. We have to go and receive a beautiful pillar of Islam to bring to your ummah. So that's beautiful. And Salat is very important. So if you are not establishing your Salat, please, this is the time in this first 10 days of Zulhijjah. This is the time to sincerely close your eyes and open your heart to pray to Allah. Wherever you are watching me or you are watching something else right now, and then you are multitasking, you're doing something else, please, this is the time to just pause and take a deep breath and pray to Allah in this first 10 days of Zulhijjah. That is one of the best days in the entire year, okay? One of the best days in the entire year, before I even get to that. And commit to saying dua to Allah, that Allah make you to start establishing Salat. Not only establishing Salat, but establishing Salat on time, establishing Salat the way it's supposed to be done. Okay? Establishing Salat the way it is supposed to be done. And may Allah accept your prayers. May Allah accept all of us, our prayers. We are all sinners. Sometimes this kind of lifestyle that we have, the go-go life, the not relaxed life, the busy life, the stressful life, and everything else does not allow us. And also the life that it is not based on the system of Islam, because we are in the West. A lot of the times some things don't favor us Islamically, so it is hard. May Allah make it easy for all of us, and inshallah may Islam take precedence in our lives rather than everything else that revolve around us, that we get very busy in, that we get too much committed into rather than what we are supposed to be committed into. And then the third pillar of Islam is Som. Som is when we fast 30 days, 29 days or 30 days in Ramadan. And in Ramadan, we also have last 10 days of Ramadan. That is the one of the best days, right? One of the best days of Ramadan, right? Is the last 10 days of Ramadan. And we have Laylatul Qadr in it. And Laylatul Qadr is one of the best day of the year as well. And then after Saum, we have Zakat. Zakat is when we give charity and we give Zakat. We take part of what we have made for the whole entire year and we give it out to people who need it, right? And then we have Hajj. The Hajj is also the last pillar of Islam, and that is obligatory on those who are able to go, those who are able to embark on that pilgrimage. But remember this, or know this, during Hajj, we do a lot of things that are all part of the 5 pillars of Islam. During Hajj, we testify that Allah is one, there is no association to him, and the Prophet ﷺ is his messenger. During Hajj, we do salat, a whole bunch of salat. We do nawafil. We do you are not exempted from doing your 5 daily prayers. You do that, and then you amplify it with the sunnah as well, all the sunnah and the nawafils. And tahajjud even. You don't get tired. Imagine when you go to Hajj, you go to Makkah, it's like you would never get tired of ibadah. It's all the time you want to do ibadah. You want to be in Masjid al-Haram and pray and do adhkar and recite the Quran. It's so sweet. It's so pleasurable. It is not tiring at all. May Allah make it easy for all of us who have that intention to visit his house again, to visit his house. And then Allah should make it easy for those who have never visited his house, who have never taken the pilgrimage before, to be able to take the pilgrimage as easy as that, and may our pilgrimage be accepted. Those of the people who have gone for Hajj this year, may Allah accept their Hajj and make it Hajj Mabrur, and it's like invite them again to his house, to his beautiful smelling house. Beautiful. All right, so Salat is in Hajj, right? Salat is in Hajj. Like when you go to Arafah, you have to do nafila. Now, the nafila, you have to do that. After all your adhkar, after all your dua, after all of that, you have to do that, right? And then there is the slaughter. The slaughter of the qurbani, when you do that, is to share it to other people. That is kind of a form of giving charity, kind of a small way of giving zakat. That's part of Hajj, right? Okay. And then the Saum, even though the Saum is not part of the Hajj for the Hujjaj, it is part of us who are making Hajj in our homes. So when we are in our homes, the last 10 days, the Yawmul Arafah, it is highly recommended, if you can fast, highly recommended to fast. If not even, like, if you are able to fast, it's like, please fast. Like highly sunnah of the Prophet to fast. Okay, so when you are in at home, in a way you are doing your Hajj, you have the intention, but Allah didn't make it easy. You are also amplifying and maximizing your good deeds. You are doing all of the adhkar. You are doing your salat on time. It is kind of also doing your Hajj, except that you are not in Makkah, except that you are not in Medina, right? Okay, so all of these 5 pillars of Islam kind of are integrated in Hajj. Imagine. So Hajj itself, or the month of Hajj, is kind of like a beautiful month already, before even we start thinking about all the benefits, all the blessings in it. There's a lot of blessings, and the Prophet ﷺ also said it. He said the first 10 days of Zulhijjah are the best 10 days. The best 10 days of the entire year. That's the best 10 days of the entire year. Right? And Allah also swore by the 10 days of Zulhijjah. He swore by it in the Quran. Right? In Surah Al-Fajr, it said, Wal-Fajr, Walayali al-Ashr. That's the Layali al-Ashr is referring to the first 10 days of Zulhijjah. And Allah does not just swear by anything just for the fun of it. He swears by things because there is a reason, because there is a it has a monumentous reason for it, right? So swearing by it makes it even more beneficial, make it even more big deal, right? So what are we supposed to be doing when we are in the first 10 days of Zulhijjah? The same way we amplified our ibadat, our salat, our adhkar, our recitation of the Quran, thinking about the poor, thinking about our family, trying not to do bad things to other people, trying not to step on people's toes, and being the good people that we can be as much as possible in Ramadan. The same way we should thrive to be in the first 10 days of Zulhijjah. The first 10 days of Zulhijjah. So during Ramadan is like a lot of education. It's a lot of care. It's a lot of paying attention. It's a lot of preparation. The same preparation that goes in Ramadan should be the same preparation for Zulhijjah, the first 10 days of Zulhijjah, or even more, because all the 10 days are virtuous. All the 10 days of Zulhijjah, the first 10 days of Zulhijjah are virtuous, right? So amplifying your adhkar whilst you are cooking as a mother, whilst you are changing diaper as a mother, whilst you are nursing as a mother, whilst you are thinking about cooking, whilst you are thinking about your work, your job, your employment, your business, try to remember and just take a deep breath and say Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Or you say La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika la, lahul mulk wa lahul hamdu wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Or you say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. You say that. Very, very important. You have the tasbih counter, you continue to do that. Or you even have the tasbih, you do that. Because sometimes when we rely on our fingers, we forget. Because our fingers get occupied. So try as much as possible to amplify and increase that, maximize that. Your Quran, try to take advantage of it. The 10 days are not just for enjoying what the people are doing around the Kaaba, circumambulating and watching them. We have to also take part whilst we are at home. We also have to take part whilst we are at home. So whilst they are circumambulating, we also have to do the azkar and say stuff, okay, and maximize what we are doing. If you can do tahajjud, please wake up and do tahajjud. Everything that is in your heart, reciting the Quran whilst you are nursing your baby, that has even lot of benefit. Your baby is listening to the Quran, and then it's getting acquainted by the your voice, because children love their parents' voice, especially when they are singing to them or they are reciting the Quran to them. Children love their mother's voices. So take advantage of that and recite the Quran. If even you cannot recite the Quran, the short surahs that you can, recite it. If your kids are older enough to recite with you, make them recite with you. Okay? And then enjoy the time with your kids if they are older. If they are not, still enjoy it with reciting the Quran whilst you are cooking. Your voice on top of it, on top of the house. Everybody listening, and the house becomes a house of Quran. And the house becomes a house of dhikr. And the house becomes the house of praising the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Right? Okay? So those are the things. And then there is a lot of things going on with Sudan, with Palestine, with Congo, with a lot of people. Please, if you can, give charity and make intention for whatever you want in this life, for Allah to make it easy for you. For Allah to make it easy. And may Allah make it easy for the people of Palestine. May Allah make it easy for the people of Congo. It's like, it is really hard. But Allah, please accept our du'as and make it easy. Take this oppression off of their head. And don't make this oppression repeat ever to anybody at all. Be it Muslim, be it Christian, be it Jews, be it whatever it is. Human being is human being. I don't know why human beings can just hurt other human beings thinking that nothing can happen to them. So please, if you have that chance, give charity, even if it is $1. That can go far and wide. And then make dua for your kids. We need children, because they are growing to be the next generation leaders, the leaders of the next generation. If we don't bring them up properly, if we don't bring them with a good Islamic identity and character, who are going to take care of this world that is disintegrating right in front of our eyes? Who? So we have to take that opportunity. We can't do it all by ourselves. There's a lot of negative force pulling us away from what we're supposed to be doing. It's like the force is like this. It's too strong. We can't do it alone. We have to submit it and tell it and narrate it and give it, submit it to Allah and tell Him that, please, Allah, please help us in this and guide us. Guide us in the upbringing of the kids. Guide the kids, because we cannot make them what we want them to be. Only Allah can make them what He wants them to be. So Allah should always guide them to the right path. Allah should make them the leaders who are going to change the world and not capsize the world over and over again. So this is the time. If you have not taken the opportunity, today is the third day. It is not over yet. We have 7 more days to Eid. We have 6 more days to Arafah. And then remember, the Arafah day, you must fast. It's very important. If you are in your if you are in your period or in your nifas, you can fast, yes, but you can do all of the other things that can bring blessing to your family, bring blessing to you, that can bring blessing to, that can make your dua be accepted easily, right? And faster before the day of Eid. So amplify all of these things. Those of us who are looking to have kids, we've never had kids before, or those of us who have had kids but still want to have more kids, may Allah make it easy. May Allah make it easy, show you the way, and bring blessing to the womb that is going to carry the babies, and bring blessing to the milk that is going to nurse and nourish the baby. Bring blessing to the tongue that is going to talk and guide the baby. Bring blessing to the heart that is going to translate Allah's words to the kids, so the kids would have a soft heart towards Allah as well. Not the hardened heart that nowadays we see everywhere. Please, Allah, make it easy. So these are the du'as. Inshallah, I'm going to make a PDF dua, like a 7-page dua PDF that I would share. So by the close of the week, inshallah, by Friday, I'm going to share it in the community tab. So if you're interested, please come back again and check with this dua list that you can also add to whatever dua you are making. If, like, sometimes I know if you are in front of the thing, it doesn't happen, right? Once you move, then it happens. When you are in front of making dua at that moment, sometimes it escapes because a lot of us are not being taught how to make dua. So before we even bring our thoughts together and bring all of everything that we need to say to Allah, it's like it's evaporating. Our thoughts are evaporating. Our words are really not coming out. So maybe a template can help. When you start with the template, then that would carry you through to continue with what is going to come out from your heart to your tongue and to your ears, and Allah is going to hear and listen, inshallah. So those are the things that you need to be doing. Please limit the social media. Social media would be there after the 10 days. Social media would still be there after all this period. Beautiful, beautiful period that we are in. Beautiful, beautiful first 10 days of Zulhijjah. Social media will be here. All the other things will be here. Everything else that is dunya related will be here waiting for us. So try as much as possible to wash away, to move, push away all those other things that are distracting. And please get into yourself. Go back into yourself. Go back in. And look through with all the du'as, with all the adhkar, with all the beautiful things that you even think of Allah. Not only du'a for yourself and your family and for other people and for our deceased. We have to also remember them in du'a. Because one of the ulama I heard, he said du'a is the food and the nutrition for the deceased person. That is what the deceased person eats to nourish himself in the grave. So if a deceased person does not get the dua of his children, of his wife or wives, of his family members, of other Muslims, brothers and sisters, then he's going to be starving. in the grave. Just as when we don't have enough food, even if you have enough food and the food is not nutritious, you will starve. You will either have obesity or malnutrition. It's the same thing. So we have to always remember them and pray for them. Even if you don't have anybody in your family, remember all the other people from the time of Adam, alayhi salam. Everybody who is deceased, increase and put them in your dua. Make dua for them. And I'm going to also take the opportunity to make dua for my dad, my father, who passed away last month. May Allah give him Jannatul Firdaus. May Allah make it easy for him in the grave for the answering the questions that he's gonna be asked. May Allah give him the tongue and the words to answer it the way he's supposed to answer. May Allah forgive him and grant him Jannah. Ya Allah, we ask you to forgive all our deceased and grant them Jannah. Give them peace in the grave. Give them tranquility in the grave. Give them coolness in the grave. And then protect them from the punishment of the grave. Ya Allah, we ask you. So I think that is it, what I wanted to share. Let me check on my banana loaf and then get back to you. I know that it is like already 20 minutes. Okay. It looks like it's coming together so well. So I will do a toothpick test to see if it is ready. If it is ready, then I'll bring it out for you to see how it looks. If not, then we will continue with our discussion and how we can better ourselves in this dunya and the akhirah as well. Because we need the dunya, but we 100% need the akhirah. And the akhirah is most eternal. So it looks like our loaf is not ready yet. It is still coming together. So let me move on with our discussion for about 10 more minutes and then I'll check on it. Okay? So that is what the virtues of these 10 days is numerous. It's so much. It says on Arafah Day, and if you have visited Mecca before, if you have done Hajj before, you would know and understand what I'm going to say right now. When you get to the Mount of Arafah and you see the mountain and you climb on it and you see how vast the sky looks and the environment looks, I feel like crying right now. You would know definitely that Allah exists. You will know definitely that Allah is like has descended to the lowest. Allah is accepting your prayers. You will feel it. You will cry tears of joy. You will cry tears of acceptance of dua. You will cry like mixed feeling, everything. You would just have like this beautiful feeling in your heart that you might have never felt it before. It's just amazing feeling. May Allah make it easy for everybody to go to Hajj. and experience the beautiful feeling of going to Hajj. And may Allah make us those people who want to go even more and more and more, to go for more and more and more. Ya Rab. It is beautiful. And then remember, on Yawmul Arafah, that's the beautiful dua that the Prophet ﷺ said, that you can make every dua that you want. You can make all the duas of all your family, your children, your kids, your dunya, your akhirah, your job, everything. You can list them all. You cannot. But he has given us one prescription of dua that encompasses all the duas that you might think you want to say to Allah. And you maximize that. You say it in hundreds and in thousands if you want. And that dua is La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. It looks like it's easy. It looks like it's a simple thing. But imagine what the meaning is. And that is more beloved to Allah than when you come and say, Allah, please give me this. Ya Allah, please give me that. Ya Allah, please make this. Ya Allah, please make that. This is a dua that encompasses everything that you would even stand and say to Allah. And what does it mean? It says none has the right to be worshipped except Allah. So you are again going back to the testimony. You are taking a testament that Allah is just one. There is nothing that you are associating with him. You are giving in and you know that he is your creator. He is the creator of everything around you. And he is the creator of what nourishes you, what keeps you alive. Right? He's the creator of the food that we eat. He's the creator of the air that we breathe. He's the creator of the sun that we have food from. He's the creator of the sun that gives us what? Vitamins and vitamin D and everything else. That is even this limited thing that I'm mentioning. And how about the unknown knowledge that Allah has hidden from us? What the benefits of the sun is, what the benefits of the wind and the air is, what the benefits of rain is. He created everything that surrounds us. He created everything. So you are taking testament and telling him, even though you know he knows, you are telling him, Allah, I have no hand in this. I didn't know where I was, and you brought me to life. Please, Allah, I'm giving it back to you. Carry it and take control. Imagine if somebody tells you this, that I'm giving you everything, my food, my drink, my nourishment, my wealth, my breath, my everything. Carry it and take control. You'll be running away. You will run away, because how can you even handle yours and then handle somebody else's, one person? You cannot. You will be tired even if you take that challenge for a day, 2, 3, 1 year. You'll be tired and you'll be running away. You can't handle it, right? But unless Allah is what? He is handling everything, not only for you, for the entirety of humankind, for the entirety of mankind, for the entirety of this dunya, for the birds, for the ants, for the zebras, for the lions, for the mosquitoes, for everything that we can't even see with our naked eyes. He's taking control of all of that. Imagine. So that's the testament you are saying. There's none above Allah. There's none to be worshipped except Allah. Right? alone. There is no partner. There's no mixing and matching. Today you are this, today is that. Today, no, 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 no. It's the same thing from the beginning, and he's the same thing from not even the beginning. There's no beginning when it comes to Allah. There's no ending when it comes to Allah. He's Allah. Right? So to him belongs sovereignty and praise, and he is over all things omnipotent. There's no beginning, there's no end. There's no start, there's no finish. There's no death, there's no life. That's unimaginable even. SubhanAllah. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Right? Alhamdulillah. So that is what you are saying. There's nobody worthy of worship, worthy of your time, worthy of your heart, worthy of your soul, worthy of your attention, worthy of your focus, except Allah. None has the right to be worshipped except him. And to him belongs all praise and sovereignty. To him belongs all. Not even teeny tiny bit, you take it out. No. And give it to somebody else, to your spouse or no. Or children. No. Everything. Khalas. Give it to him. Okay? And he is over all things omnipotent. So I'm going to repeat the dua in Arabic again. It says, La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. You say this again and again and again and again on Yawmul Arafah. Because Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that is what he and the predecessors of prophets and messengers said on the day of Arafah. And he prefers to say this, and he is recommending, telling us to say it. And he is recommending, telling us to say it. Okay? All right. So that is it. Okay? That is what the dua is. I'm going to repeat it again. La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. And the meaning is, none has the right to be worshipped except Allah alone, without any partner. To him belongs sovereignty and praise, and he is over all things omnipotent. So if you don't know how to say this, I have also posted this in my community tab. It is saved and I scheduled it, so I will make it available inshallah tomorrow. I'd wanted it to be posted on Arafah Day, but I'll make it available inshallah for everybody to benefit from, and then start saying it. It doesn't have to be on Yawmul Arafah already. You can start saying it today, right now. Okay? As a matter of fact, I'm going to make it available today, right now, after this live. All right? So that's the dua for you. I'm going to go back and check on the recipe again, and then I'll be right back. It looks like it is ready because the smell is amazing. Ooh. Look at this. It looks so good. Okay, so let me try it again and see if okay. Nice. Yeah, I'm okay, baby. Okay. It looks like it needs to cook a little bit more. Or if it sits, it's gonna be ready. Okay. So okay. So 5 more minutes. Okay. So in total, we are using 35 minutes to cook this. In total. And that's a good range because it's the recipe says 25 minutes to 40 minutes, okay, depending on the oven and depending on your oven and the season you are making this recipe. If you're making it in winter, sometimes because of the temperature it takes a little longer. We are making it in summer because it is hot, it takes a lot less time. So 5 more minutes and then I will call it a day. So I hope you have picked one or two in this da'wah, in this lecture that I have given you about Zulhijjah. We used to think that Zulhijjah is just when it gets to Arafah day, people take the Arafah, and there's the Eid day. We slaughter the sheep or the goat or the cow or the camel, depending on where you find yourself in. If you have availability, access to camel, you do that. But it's more than that, okay? So Zulhijjah doesn't get all the paparazzi, all the big commercial and all the hype like Ramadan. Doesn't get all of that. Why? Because we don't know the virtue of it. We don't know how important and how blessed these first 10 days of Zulhijjah are. But now we know. So the first 10 days of Zulhijjah, all the 10 days are very important, are beautiful, are full of blessings, are those days that Allah accepts du'as easily. And in Islam, we know that there are certain times and certain periods that Allah accepts dua easy, possibly, like very, very fast, right? One of the time is in Zulhijjah. Allah accepts du'as like this, with the speed of light. And on Yawmul Arafah, like this. On Laylatul Qadr, that night of decree, like this, right? And he descends a whole lot of his angels to accept the du'as and to accept and to take our decree up to the heavens, right? And during rain, when it's raining, Allah accepts du'as. So when it's raining, if you don't know, now I'm telling you, when it's raining, you can make du'a during rain, and Allah is gonna accept your du'a, inshallah. You can also even make it more fun by going out to get the raindrops on yourself, because it's also a sunnah, is recommended that when it's raining, we don't have to run away from the rain. We can go in and soak ourselves with it. It comes with a lot of blessings. And there is another time that Allah accepts dua, that's on Fridays, in between Asr and Maghrib, right? Allah accepts du'as, right? And if you have dua, if you have something that is bothering you, nothing is bothering you, for the dunya, for the akhirah, for those people who are oppressed, everything else, go ahead and make your dua in these days, right? And a woman who is pregnant and she's nearing childbirth, amplify your dua as well. Amplify it. Allah accept it. Allah would accept it and make it easy for you. Okay, so I think I'm going to call it a day. It's getting too long. It's almost 70 minutes of life straight talking. That's a lot of talking. When I started making live, I didn't know that I would be able to like look straight into the camera and talk for like 20 minutes. But amazingly, I am now talking for more than an hour on end, and I feel like I can even go even more if I had like maybe prepared a whole bunch of notes, and like I would talk even if I don't have notes. Sometimes it's like it comes with passion, and I really want to educate it and say and benefit myself and others who are watching me. It's amazing. So if you are looking to get into making videos and enlightening and empowering and teaching and educating others, please don't hesitate. We need it. Okay, we need the reminders, we need the education. Go ahead and start. And right now I'm doing it on my phone, and I am talking to you about Allah. I am talking to you about your ibadah. I'm talking to you about our akhirah. I'm not just here entertaining and making all sort of funny and nonsense stuff, right? I am actually benefiting myself and benefiting you. So if you have that intention, don't shield back. If camera is not your thing, writing, posting is a thing. Okay? You can do that. Not showing yourself, you can put all your thoughts and your information, your education, like in a PDF form, and then share it in a post form, and then share it to benefit others, inshallah. Yeah. So checking on the banana protein chocolate banana loaf one more time. I think this time it is ready because it's getting brown. Okay, 10 of the oven. And then get this thing ready to show it to you. Okay, good. Who is this? Zulekha. Siti? Okay. Yeah, Nuna? Okay, good. It's gonna taste good. Tastes good already. All right. Not life. Okay. Not life. Okay. So this is the loaf. It tastes good. And it smells so good. And it looks so good. So I'm going to leave it for about 10 minutes before I take it off from the pan. Before I remove it from the pan. Otherwise, it's gonna break off, and it won't look as pretty. Okay, so this is it, inshallah. Okay, and I hope you will try it. And I'm gonna have it in a written form and share it sometime on Instagram. So if you are not following me on Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram. My handle is the Nourished Muslima. The Nourished Muslima. Okay. All right. So I share similar posts about pregnancy, nutrition, postpartum, and some education around doula and childbirth. Okay, so this is it. Again, showing it to you one more time. Okay. All right. So I will end it here, and then when I take a picture of how this looks, I might share it on the community tab or not. It depends. But I hope you enjoyed this video and you've learned one or two. Inshallah, please don't forget to check the post about the Yawmul Arafah dua that I have already said. I'm going to share. And may Allah increase us in Iman and protect us from the fitna of the dunya and the fitna of the unseen that we don't know, and those that we know, and those that come from us as well. So until next time, inshallah, stay blessed and stay cool. The weather is getting hot, so try as much as possible to hydrate if you are pregnant. Okay, so I'm going to also come on to share some cool ways to hydrate yourself during this hot summer months. All right, so until next time, inshallah, stay blessed and be in the best of health and iman. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.